The Circle of Loyalty, the last caravanserai of the heart. High among the craggy mountains of Persia, a woman named Shirin lived in a quiet stone cottage. By her side was Zarrin, a golden retriever with fur the color of autumn leaves. Zarrin was now aged. His legs had grown stiff and his gait heavy with pain. Shirin took devoted care of him, rubbing his aching joints with herbal oils and nesting him upon the softest silken rugs. One dark, stormy night, a knock echoed at her door. A stranger stood there, wet and shivering, a young traveler and dervish wandering the mountain paths. Shirin welcomed him into the warmth, offering him hot tea and a place by the fire. The weather outside was a freezing gale, and the warmth of the hearth slowly revived the man from the brink of exhaustion. As he rested, the stranger watched Shirin gently massage the old dog's legs. He asked why she was so devoted to an animal that could no longer work, hunt, or run. The memory of the Silk Road. Shirin looked into the fire and began her story. Long ago, she was not a lonely mountain dweller. She was the formidable and strong leader of a great caravan. She commanded a massive train of merchants and camels, moving spices, silks, and textiles across the vast Silk Road. One night, she recounted, our caravan stopped at a great caravanserai with several big rooms and a big pool at its center. A caravanserai is a word for an ancient roadside inn in Persia, built like a small fortress, where travelers and their animals could rest safely behind big walls. In the corner of that dusty caravanserai, Shirin found a tiny, shivering golden puppy. He had been left behind, but she saw a spark in his eyes. She named him Zarrin, Golden, and took him with her. And from that day on, he was her constant shadow on the Silk Road. She told the guest about the time a terrible blizzard trapped her in a mountain pass. The blizzard in the high mountain pass was terrifying and beautiful, like a scene from an old painting. The wind howled through the jagged rocks, sounding like a hungry wolf, and the air turned into a thick curtain of white ice. A sudden gust threw Shirin from her horse, and she was quickly buried under a heavy drift of snow. While the world was white and freezing, Zarrin did not leave me, she said. He used his strong young legs to dig me out of the deep snow and curled his thick fur around me to keep me warm until morning. He saved my life when I was at the height of my power. Shirin looked at the dervish and smiled. Life is like that caravanserai. We enter through one door when we are strong, and we leave through another when we are weary. Zarrin was my strength then, and now he is mine. We are never truly alone if we have loyalty. Shirin looked at the fire and finally felt at peace, understanding that love is the only thing that never grows old. The dervish listened, and his heart began to change. He saw that woman's beauty was not just in her face, but in her loyalty. He realized that he had been wandering the world looking for a home, not knowing that home is wherever there is love and kindness. He looked at Shirin and saw a soul that matched his own. As the storm passed, the dervish did not resume his journey. He realized his old life held nothing for him compared to the peace he found in the cottage. He stayed to help Shirin care for Zarrin, and through the long winter nights they traded fables and stories by the fire. In the quiet of the mountains, a deep love grew between them. They spent their days together, two wanderers who had finally found their destination. The winter was long and cold, but the cottage stayed warm. Every day the dervish helped Shirin care for Zarrin. Their love grew slowly as they worked together. They brushed the dog's fur, shared hot tea, and sat by the fire. While the wind blew outside, they told each other old stories and laughed. The dervish realized that he was no longer a traveler. He had finally found his home in the kindness they shared. As the golden sun rose over the peaks, the woman, the dervish, and the old dog sat together, proving that while bodies may age, love is the only thing that remains forever young.